Last time,
Galaxy and Mimi are able to save Dave. They traveled all over the continent, and after borrowing money from the Musketeers, and Mimi sacrificing a diamond from her helmet, the gang had what they needed for their resurrection ritual.
Why did the fighter insist on bringing his sword to the big gala? He said it was his +1.
Dungeons and Dragons and Daughters.
Welcome to another Dungeons and Dragons and Daughters episode of 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. And I am, to my right is
Kurt's Daddy the Dungeon Master.
And to my left is Birdie, also known as Galaxy, and the elf wizard. And I am Mimi, everybody's favorite elf druid, the leader of the pack, especially a surfer boy who is sadly not going to be here today because he is still healing from me using my diamond to save him.
That was a great job. Great job introducing us. Nailed it.
Yes.
Yes. Well, as Sam said, welcome everyone to Dungeons and Dragons and Daughters. Girls, how was your summer?
Good. Broke a wrist.
Yeah, we talked about that last time, but it's just I feel the need to say or question or ask. I like to ask, how was your summer? Because this is the longest break that we'd ever taken in playing since we started this show.
Wow.
So it feels like that we took the entire summer off. And so I apologize to everyone that's been patiently waiting for this next episode to come out. But at least...
summer's been busy. We went to South Dakota. We went up to Grand Marais again.
Mm-hmm. Got to go to Wyoming, too, because we took a big road trip across the Midwest of the United States.
Yeah, I slept in today.
It takes a lot of time to do that, to sleep in as much as you do.
I slept until 9.
Yep. So I got to remember how to record and edit and post all this stuff again because it's been forever. But
have you grown any gray hairs yet?
Yeah. Well, I mean, just being the father of you two gives me lots of gray hairs.
I totally did not spray any gray hairspray.
Is that why I have gray hair?
No, I never did that.
You've been painting my hair in my sleeve. That's great.
No.
All right. Well, let's. I think we should just jump into it. Let's play Dungeons and Dragons because it's been so long. Let's play D&D.
Okay, so without Dave here, this is going to be a very quick episode.
Oh, so that's what you think.
Yes.
So let's remind
Dave
you.
Dave has been the trouble all these years of you editing and editing editing.
It's actually Dave's fault why we haven't gotten together and played for so long.
Yeah, Dave.
Way to go, Dave.
Wait, who is going to play Dave? Like, was it going to be Matt? Was it going to be Trent?
Can it be me?
Was it going to be Aaron?
Hey, Aaron, you done messed up. All right.
Anyways.
So we had left off. You girls had made it to the capital city of Miam. It's the human center of civilization. It's a very, very large city. Civilization.
Civilization.
And in this gigantic city you found a temple to the god Bahamut. And you had met Dimitri, who was the head cleric that was there, and he had actually performed the spell to bring Dave back using the diamond that Mimi had so selflessly given up. Because it was the only diamond that she had on her helmet. And
it was the most powerful thing. It could do all the spells on my helmet. And
it did all the things.
Everything in one moment, and would destroy anything that would stop it or anything like that. It would even kill Galaxy and Dave if I really wanted it.
If you really wanted to.
Which I would.
All right, so we are now back to classic form of Mimi hating Dave, I imagine. So, but we
Dave, why'd you make me waste that diamond?
Yep. So you're there with Dimitri, and we're gonna pick up right where we had left off. Of Dave is standing there in the doorway, looking tired, looking haggard, just being brought back from the dead, and he says, "Hey, girls."
Dave, it worked. Now I've got something to tell you. You better give me another diamond.
And that's when his eyes roll back into his head and his knees buckle underneath him and he collapses to the ground.
Sorry.
But Dimitri is there and it very quickly is able to grab his little form and support his weight. And Dimitri says he's very, very weak. This type of spell takes a lot out of a person. So I would suggest that you don't travel or take him anywhere for at least a couple of days and let him recover.
Is there like a bed we could have him rest here or no?
Yeah, so Dimitri tells you that he does have a place that Dave can stay for as long as you need for him to recover from this very strenuous ordeal that he just went through. And in fact, Dimitri needs a favor from the two of you.
Yes. What? If it includes a payment of 1,000 of a get that's worth 1,000 coins, I'm in.
What do you need an agate for?
Well, I can cast this spell if an agate is worth 1,000 coins, and it can bring anything like a plant, a chair,
Chicken.
an animal, and make them as smart as a human, whatever. And it's for like a couple weeks, and then they can choose if they want. And then they're that smart forever.
So the look on his face is he's a little disturbed by this spell that you want to cast with this.
I want to do it on my chicken.
And he is very dumb.
On a chicken.
Yes, he would fight like a.
He would use nunchucks.
Well, all right. Well, so the favor that I have to ask is that I need some capable adventurers to go down into the crypts and tunnels and dungeons below the church.
Vampire.
No, I don't know.
Oh.
We had our good friend, Sir Wyatt Clas. He went down there with a couple of his troops, and they have not come back yet.
You want us to get them?
Yes.
What if, you know.
And
Can we get a payment?
If you'd be willing to do this, I would be willing to give you the agate that you are looking for, and I would be willing to refund the gold that you paid for the resurrection of Dave.
Yeah! What about me?
Oh, you can keep. No, we have to bring it back to Doc.
I'm sure that we could find something. Actually, let's do that real quick.
What if we give you a baby corgi?
Galaxy.
I want some clothing for my
I'm
dog.
going to. All right, so he says that we do have some magical items that we could offer to you, and upon completion, I would allow you to have something from the church's reserves.
Does that count as clothing for corgis?
It could be. Do you want to roll
I want a butterfly costume for my corgi.
What?
a butterfly costume?
No, it's like they dress up as a fly and there's a butter on them.
You want a costume for Boom?
Yes, to make them intimidating.
Okay.
Butter on.
So I was gonna have you roll for a random magical item on a table, but if you would rather have a costume for your undead flesh golem corgi,
Birdie, this magical
That would
item
be
could
fine.
be like my helmet. Oh my gosh, you're
it's like Dimitri sticks his hand out and says, "Deal."
But it has to be there has to be some it has to be very nice.
It will be very nice. I will
you.
I will hire the finest seamstress in all of Miam.
Can you put like a hat like 1/4 of an ounce of diamond in it?
1/4 of an ounce of diamond. You want the costume to be jewel encrusted.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll see what I can do.
At least just one thing of jewel.
This
That'd
is
be amazing.
This is Mimi. Oh my gosh, she puts her hands over her face and says under her breath, This is embarrassing. Because, Brady, you could have gotten, like, a wand that could do any spell.
Do you want to roll for it just to see what it could have been? And then you can decide. So, do you know how to roll a D100? You need 2 10-siders.
2 10 What are 10-siders?
Okay. Yep. Those are them. Yep. Both of those. One has a single digit on it, and the other one has a 10 spot on it.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Do you see that? It's like a.
Right ones?
Yeah, those are the right ones. You see how it's got 0 0 on it? 9 0? Yeah. So that's the 10 spot. So you roll both of those together. And then what's the double number one? Is that
So 70.
okay? So 76 is what that stands for.
No, it's 79.
70. No, the line is underneath.
76.
It's 76. So that's how you roll a D100.
Now, what you get? What you get?
Here's what you would have gotten. You would have got an object called Eyes of Charming.
What is that?
I have no idea. Let's find out.
Sounds boring.
It sounds boring. Eyes of Charming. So the Eyes of Charming. This is a wondrous item. They're glasses. These.
Are they spectacles?
They're spectacles.
They're like Luna glasses.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like So, see those glasses in the upper corner there? They're gold with blue lenses in it. Okay, so here's the description of them. These crystal lenses fit over the eyes. They have 3 charges. While wearing them, you can expend 1 charge as an action to cast a charm spell on a humanoid within 30 feet of you, provided that you and the target can see each other. The lenses regain all expended charges daily at dawn. So they let you cast charm 3 times a day without expending a spell slot.
Nah.
Oh my god!
All right, corgi costume it is.
No, but she's saying it has to be a fly costume, but there has to be a stick of butter on it.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm also saying I want it to have like this very nice hat, and I want it to be like they're powerful, to look like they're.
It's not going to be
intimidating.
magical.
I know. I just want it to look like they're intimidating.
Okay, yeah, totally. Yeah.
A fly and butter is so intimidating.
I will say this. How about this? So this costume will be so good that when Boom is wearing it, he gets advantage on intimidation checks.
Yeah. And also, whenever he wears it, a globe of light will come on him, and he'll go. Oh!
No, because again, it's not magical. You could, but you're a wizard. You could cast an illusion on him to make him look like he's gonna glow.
If it's a broken costume, I'm gonna love it still. It's gonna be fun. Just
So-
like a broken wing, and the little antenna things are just like to the side. Just,
Wait, okay, so I just want to be clear. So this isn't a butterfly costume. It's a
No.
fly costume with a butter on it.
Yes.
So that you could say that it's a butterfly.
Yes.
Okay.
No, a butterfly is a fly that's made out of butter.
All right, so do we have a deal?
Dealio,
Yes.
I want an agate that's worth 1,000 coins so I can make Mr. Bok go
Okay.
bok.
So,
It's a bok.
all right. So again, the person that you're looking for, his name is Sir Wyatt Clas. And can both of you roll actually one of you roll a history check?
I
Both.
will.
Sam, I have a +8 at history.
I have a +2.
What's the other one?
No,
Dad, what's the other one?
What do you mean? What's the other one?
History or what?
It would for this particular role, it would just be history
Okay. We
or
can do-
religion, maybe. But this particular one is specifically history.
Are you good at religion?
Natural 20.
A natural 20. Okay, roll it again.
Natural 20.
Natural
So
20.
it'd be
Okay.
28.
So
Almost 30. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So Galaxy puts her finger up to her chin and she starts thinking. And then Mimi says, Wyatt, where have I heard that name before? And that triggers with Galaxy that she does remember where she has heard that name
I
before.
don't remember.
Way back at the beginning of
Like
this
the first
campaign.
episode?
Not the first episode, but when you had first gotten
Oh,
back.
the guy with the pot. The poop?
No,
The boat guy?
no. So when you had gotten back
The
to
guy that helped me when I was crazy as a werewolf?
no. Before that,
That guy who was trying to steal the dragon's breath?
before that,
The guy
The guy
Dad
with the
could
pot.
poop?
wait, what dragon? Stealing the dragon's actually no. I'm questioning what you meant by that. Stealing the dragon's breath.
I mean, he was like in a wagon or something.
Oh no, it would have been after that. Okay, let me just tell you that. All right, so when you had first gotten back to Westmin after the black dragon attack, there was this knight that was helping out with all the refugees inside the town, and he was a very forward and stern knight, and he immediately started ordering you around to get some work done because you were just standing around doing nothing.
I don't remember him.
I wouldn't surprise. Well, you do actually. You do remember him briefly. That's what the role was for. So you remember interacting with this guy very briefly, and that he was you just remember that he was a very very honorable, very straightforward knight, but he definitely seemed like he liked to be in charge and he liked to tell you what to do.
That's cool.
So this is the guy that Dimitri would like you to rescue from the dungeons below the church.
What if, Wyatt, what if we find him and we cannot save him? You know, then we do not get our prize.
Well, then I would expect you to
Bring the body.
come back and report to me that. And ideally, deal with whatever it was that, may have killed Wyatt.
And have him slaughtered. Whatever killed him.
However you see fit to deal with it.
Slaughter! Let's kill him! Let's kill him! Wait.
Wait, you don't even know what it is.
Wyatt even dead?
You don't know.
He's not, let's kill him.
You're already plotting revenge for Wyatt, and you have no idea what his fate is. So assume at this point that Wyatt is still alive. That
slaughtered! Whatever kills Wyatt! Slaughter! Whatever.
Okay, and so that.
Wait, we're gonna slaughter ourselves.
So assume Wyatt is still alive, and that is why Dimitri is sending you into the dungeon to get him.
Oh my gosh!
So I'm really excited about this because we've done the dragon bit, right? Have we done like a proper dungeon? Have we done a dungeon crawl yet? I don't think we have.
Yes.
Have we?
The first time we met a vampire. The Musketeers. They have a dungeon, and we went in there.
That's right. We did do it there. You're right. Okay, so.
And that's when I got bitten by a werewolf.
No, that's not where you got bit by a werewolf.
Yeah, was there someone locked up in the dungeons, and they bit me.
No, well. Oh no, you're right. It was in the dungeons under there, but no, I mean like a dungeon crawl of like where we're going through rooms. You got to search for traps to deal with monsters and treasure and all that stuff.
Yes.
We did do it. It was before we got to Mount Olympus because
we were going.
You had to deal with all those spiders.
Yeah, we went through tunnels. When Westman was when we were like going through the safe area and we were exploring. That was a dungeon, I guess.
Okay.
And then also when we were going to the werewolf cave or something. Wasn't that a dungeon? Yeah,
kind of. All right, so we've done lots of dungeons. Okay, so this isn't new. All right, but now we're going to do another dungeon. Huh? But the thing that's going to be a little bit different about this one is that I broke out the grid, the whiteboard that we're going to draw on for rooms, and we got some miniatures and stuff like that to try and deal with the combat. Because one of the things that I realized is that as we're getting up into these higher levels, the combat's getting a little bit more complicated, and the things that you can do and what the monsters can do is harder to keep track of unless we have it laid out on a board. Because after that combat with the vampire and Dave, things may have gone differently with that if you had known or seen where everyone was at visually with the board. So we're going to try and give this a shot. We'll do our best to describe what's going on the board so that people that are listening don't miss out on it because this is in audio format. But this is really just for us to keep track of the complexity of the combat, but we'll try and keep it moving forward and describe it as best we can. Do we have a deal? We're all set, right?
Dealio.
Okay.
I want that agate. If we go fast, can I get the agate today?
Potentially. Let's see how we do. So, and I love, so I did get a miniature for Boom. I found a flesh golem miniature that we could use, and Birdie had printed out a little picture of a corgi cut out the head and taped it over the top of that miniature for Boom. So I will
Post it on Twitter.
Yeah, I'll definitely post that on Twitter so people can see the wonderful creation that she did. All right, Dimitri leads you down some stairs. He goes down a couple of levels in the big castle of the Church of Bahamut. Don't look at my map. Don't look at my map.
I want to look at it. Can I look at it?
And he leads you to a dark hallway, which you can see okay in because you're elves. You have dark vision.
Pretend.
And he leads you to a large... realize I'm covering up the camera there. And he leads you to a large wooden door. A very solidly built looking door with thick iron hinges on it and a huge crossbar on it, barring it from being opened. And he says, now, when I open this door and let you in, I'm going to close it behind you. So when you come back, we will have someone waiting here, and we just need you to knock, and they will let you out. But we have to keep this door locked while you're in there.
Is it spooky?
It is spooky.
Dun, dun, dun! Ah! Cute. Is there spiders?
I don't know. There may be spiders down there.
Okay, anyways.
I don't know what lurks down in there, and that was the reason why we had sent Wyatt in, is because he was going to clear out whatever was down there. So he lifts the crossbar over the door, and he opens it. What? Did you just meow? That's some great Foley work there, bird. Meow. And you look down.
Sound like a cat.
I thought you made a cat sound when you did that. So the door opens up. That's not what it sounds like. The door opens up, and you're looking down into a steep, narrow, dark stairwell. It goes down into the depths of this temple. He pushes you in and he locks the door. Okay. So you get down to the bottom of the stairs, and it immediately turns to the right. And there is a cross hallway that is there where you can go left or you can go right.
Let's go left, because I don't trust right, because it always...
All right, so it is just the three of you that gets to the bottom of the stairs because your ponies aren't with you because you wouldn't bring your ponies into a dungeon.
They're never with us! We haven't seen them in like 2 years!
I know, you haven't had to ride anywhere for a while. Mr. Bokpok is not with you because you've been in a rush to save Dave. Do you remember that? It's like that was what the whole last adventure
Then
was.
why did I bring Boom?
You always, because he just rides in your unicorn butt backpack.
Wait, he's in my backpack. Should he be in my backpack or no?
I just assumed that you would have pulled him out going into a dungeon.
Yeah, because it's spooky. So why would you bring him out?
Okay.
Because he's tough.
All right, so you are now entered into the dungeon. What would you like to do?
I want to doodle on the walls. Let's
all right, roll an
left.
investigation check for me.
Let's go left. Okay, I'll do an
Investigation.
16.
16.
I get a +8. No, you don't. Yes, I do. Fine.
So you go up to doodle on the wall, and that's when you realize that there is a spray of blood across the wall, directly in front of you.
I will add the little... Let's go left.
Alright.
Wait. First, I would like to cast a spell because I feel like it's called Detect Magic.
Okay.
I feel like that would be most important. This is a level 1 spell. Ooh. I would like to do Detect Magic, please, and anything that glows purple is magic. So Boom will glow. Dun, dun.
Yep, Boom glows. And
I cast the spell.
Well, you're the only one that can see this, so it doesn't make items glow for everybody. But in your vision, they glow. If
What
they're
color
magical.
is Boom in your vision, Sam? Purple.
Can you roll
Green.
roll an Arcana check for me?
Arcana. Me?
Yeah. No, Mimi.
No, me. Okay.
8.
8? Okay.
Can Birdie give me advantage?
I
give you advantage.
How would you give Mimi advantage?
She's helping me. She's like, go, Mimi. You can do this. You can go.
Okay. She just gives some encouraging words. Got it?
Okay. Then I got 19.
19. All right. So you cast Detect Magic, and all of the things on you, including Boom, glows in your vision purple because they are magical. Nothing else jumps out at you as being magical in the immediate vicinity. But one thing you do remember about Detect Magic is that it does only look for magic. Like, it doesn't glow if there are traps or if there are treasure chests.
I know, but
only if there's actual magic that's there.
I know, like, if there's, like, they set magic off, they did magic so, like, a trap would happen when you stepped there.
Right, because there's magical traps, which your spell would detect if they were magical, but there's also just regular mechanical traps, which the spell would not detect.
All right, let's go left.
All right?
Yeah.
Let's go in the room.
Is there more blood?
Come on, let's go.
Is there more blood?
There's no blood on the door, but
I write
it is
on
a
the-
strong wooden door that you are facing right now.
We already are in.
Nope, you didn't go in yet.
Oh.
Yep. Let's go out.
So
of
who's going
the room.
who's going first? Who's what's the marching order?
No, Boom. Boom, go.
Boom cannot open the door
Here.
because he does not have hands.
Yes, he does. His paws.
Oh, his new costume, though, there will be hands.
Wait, instead of paws, does he have hands?
no.
Because that could totally be it with a flesh golem.
How about just this adventure?
How about like one of his paws is a hand?
No.
No?
How about he has a spare hand? He can just take his paw off and he has his hand.
I suppose he could use his mouth depending on the door.
Okay, open.
Open dogs!
Open sesame, Boom.
It is, so he reaches up with his mouth to open the door, and the door is jammed.
Coming through. Kick.
Kick. Talking to microphone
All right.
girl.
Kick.
All right, so Mimi, you're going to push Boom out of the way and kick the door?
Kick.
Okay, roll a strength check for me.
Okay, kicky, kicky, kick, kick. Kick, kick.
Boom is very strong, by the way, so if you wanted him to kick open the door, he would probably have a much easier time at it.
Just he stands on his, like, you know how dogs
14.
14. So you kick the door, and it hits a solid wooden surface and doesn't budge.
Okay.
It's thump.
I'm gonna try again.
It's not fair that you always get the medal. You have too many.
14 again.
14 again. Again, second kick. Yeah, you are not strong enough to budge this door.
3.
You're not strong enough to budge this door.
4.
Okay, so do you want to have Boom try and do it?
4.
Should I roll for Boom?
Yes, roll for Boom.
12.
So can you roll a strength check for Boom?
Should I just roll a 20?
Roll a d20, yep, and add 4 to it.
That'd be 22.
22? All right. So after a number of kicks on the door from Mimi, Galaxy rolls her eyes, and then you point at the door and tell Boom to smash into it. And he leaps forward with the top of his head and bashes the door down, and it goes flying off its hinges and into the big dusty room.
He just looks at me like,
So
stay alive then.
inside this room, a stream of quicksilver flows along a channel in the floor, and jagged steel blades project from cracks in the south and west walls.
Let's go in.
We're going in. I put Boom first, so he's all the way in that room, and me.
Don't sacrifice.
Sacrifice. Sacrifice.
All right, give me a marching order. Who went in first?
Boom.
Boom went in first?
Boom.
Okay. Then who's after that?
Galaxy,
Okay.
and then me.
No, and then it's...
All right, can you line those figures up? Galaxy has Boom go in first, and he just goes trampling into the room. And Birdie, because you're next, I need you to roll a perception check for me.
13.
13? All right. So you don't notice anything as Boom goes moving across the room. But all of a sudden, from the back wall of the room, a huge spray of acid shoots out of a hole in the wall and it hits all of you.
It doesn't affect Boom, right?
It does not affect Boom because it
Couldn't
is
I have
not.
seen that because I detect magic?
No, it is not magical. It's a mechanical device. So that's why it does not hurt Boom, actually, because it's not magical energy. So, but I do need the both of you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
17.
17? Okay.
Okay, let me roll.
7.
7. All right. Galaxy, you take 13 points of acid damage. Mimi, you take 6 points
Oh, that's not
of
bad.
acid damage.
I have 72.
I have 25 left.
So, and unfortunately, Galaxy, you got hit with a lot of the acid.
Because I'm in the middle. And that's probably where it was directed at.
Right, and let's see how much you got on you. Boy, yeah, you got sprayed like right in the face with most of the acid.
Like the water spray yesterday.
Yes. So it's like Boom inadvertently, like Boom was in front and the acid hit him, but it didn't do any damage to him. But he then, when the acid hit him, it like shot off of his body and all directly hit you.
But look at my character. Look at that.
Okay, so you're sprayed all over with acid. It's burning your skin, and it's continuing to burn your skin. You know that you're going to take more damage from this acid unless you do something about it.
Do I have...
Expecto Patronum!
Oh, God.
And you take 18 more points of acid damage.
I am going to die.
What are you gonna do?
Oh, I gotta do something. I gotta... With my quarterstaff, I run up to the machine and destroy it.
Well, the acid already stopped. This is now that the acid got sprayed out. This is the acid that's on her that's continuing to do
Do I have
damage.
anything on my inventory then?
I don't know.
I have 7 hit points left.
Okay, I have a bucket of water.
You have a bucket of water?
Yeah.
Okay.
From my explorer's pack.
Okay.
I throw it on her.
Roll a survival check for me.
Okay, survival. 23.
23? All right. So you run over and you start dousing Galaxy with water immediately, and it is washing the acid off of her. So not only do you pour the water all over Galaxy, but you actually like strip her down to her underclothing because all of the acid was on her wizard's robes.
Boom. Reach into my backpack and grab some clothing.
Okay. All right.
Because
So
I can fit a lot of stuff in there.
you can fit a lot of stuff. in there.
I put all my belongings in there.
So the ground around you is sizzling, and you can see the rock burning away from this acid that shot out from this acid trap. But you were able to stop the damage from happening to Galaxy. But if anything, this is maybe a lesson to be a little bit more careful and going into rooms and checking for traps. How many hit points do you have left, Galaxy?
7.
7. Not a lot.
I don't really have any healing, anything like that.
I think I should just rest in here.
Do you have a healing potion? Any healing potions? Anything? Do not write that in. Put that pencil down. Look around.
Oh my God! I have potion of acid resistance. No!
Yeah, it's. You went through your inventory and everything, and you didn't come across potion of acid
Very
resistance.
bottom and tiny writing in a corner.
Yep,
Oh, how do I? Okay, let me just check.
that would have came in really handy during this very specific acid trap that you just came across.
Would whiskey help?
Galaxy is probably in a lot of pain right now after getting sprayed with acid, so whiskey may help her.
Whiskey helps me with my everyday life.
Do I have any potions?
I don't know. You tell me. Do you have any potions?
I'm telling Galaxy, okay, let's each drink half of this potion of acid resistance in case there's more traps like this.
How long does it last?
You can't share a potion like that.
Well,
I should
here,
take it.
Galaxy, here.
I should take it because I have.
Galaxy, just drink it.
Oh, it tastes like rotten egg.
Drink it.
All right, you down the greenish liquid. Does not taste great. Yes, it tastes like rotten eggs. But when it settles into your stomach, you can feel the energy, the magical energy going out to every part of your body, and you do feel like that. Hey, you could probably weather some more acid damage, much more so than you could before.
Okay, let's get out of this room and try going right.
Well, there is another doorway in this room.
Where?
Well, could you roll a investigation check for me if you want to check things out in this room?
I guess I can. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh!
I wrote down.
I got a 5.
You got a 5?
Yeah, I don't know. 13.
13? No, we're gonna go with the 13.
8.
So you got a 13 because we'll say the galaxy was helping you, and you do notice 2 things in this room. Other than there was this small stream of silvery liquid that was moving across the middle of the room, but on the other side of that, you see another door, and you also see a treasure chest.
I go and open it.
I wonder if it's more hit points.
Wait, actually don't. I've seen these in the monster manual. These are treasure chests that will eat you. I saw it.
Boom, let your have your little
I'm
miniature
serious. I
stuff.
saw it. Is it one of those?
What do you do?
Here I have
By the way, the monster you're thinking about is called a mimic.
I throw the empty acid bottle, whatever it was,
All right, so you grab it out of Galaxy's hand.
and throw it at
Galaxy,
it.
will you let her take the empty potion out of your hand?
Wait, there's one more drop.
It tastes like rotten eggs. Why would you?
I know, but just in case.
I
Okay.
throw it.
It's like in Hercules.
Okay, can you roll an athletics check for me?
Okay. No, but I'm serious. I saw one of these. 16.
16. All right, yeah, it smashes in front of the chest, no problem, and nothing happens.
Maybe it does it only to live things.
Do your mage hand to lift the do the mage hand to lift the
Okay, I need
case up.
mama. I need a
No,
mama
don't
mage hand.
don't use mama mage hand. Do just regular mage hand.
Oh. Mage hand, let's go.
All right, so you send Mage Hand across the little river of silver liquid over to the chest, and it's locked. But it doesn't do anything when Mage Hand tries to lift it up.
Look it, there's a key on the ground.
There's no key
I
on the
have a
ground.
needle in my hair.
You have a needle? Okay.
It's less than a pound. Have mage hand do.
Mage hand, do it.
Okay, so you're going to try and pick the lock?
Yeah.
All right.
Mage hand is.
Or Boom could do it with his human hand.
Do you have... Boom does not have a human hand.
No,
Yes,
mage
he
hand.
does. He keeps it in his little satchel.
Okay, so I'm willing to say that Boom has a human hand, but it would have to be permanent. Like his left paw is a human hand.
No.
Okay.
Mage hand brings it over and tries unlocking the door.
Okay, so Galaxy, you don't know how to pick a lock. So I need you, and you're picking it with a hairpin.
Yeah.
Is that right?
You can do that.
Look,
Okay.
I know how to pick a lock.
All right. I need you to, Galaxy, roll a sleight of hand with disadvantage.
Okay.
And I wish I could give you more of a penalty than that, but there's no such thing as double disadvantage.
So I have to roll?
You have to roll it twice, and you pick the lower of the two, and this is sleight of hand.
So it's either 16 or 6.
All right. So the hairpin snaps off in the fingertips of your mage hand inside this lock that's on this treasure chest.
Dang it! Oh my gosh, you have another.
Okay. Have Boom unlock it with his mouth.
Okay. Boom's very smart.
Wait, so
Boom is very smart.
do you want Boom to try and pick the lock, or do you want Boom to just try and break it?
Boom, break it.
Break it.
Okay.
I will. Never mind.
I help cheering, so I give her advantage for Boom. Go, Boom, go! You can do it! I want some gold here! Come on!
Will Boom break it?
All right.
It's advantage.
Well, why don't you roll for it, and that'll tell us.
13.
13. All right. All right. So Boom reaches forward with its mouth, and he's going to do a slam attack on this.
Boom!
I need you to roll 2d8 plus 4.
2d8.
So he slams open the lock. First bite, rips it right off, takes some of the wood with it, and
Good boy.
yeah, nothing else happens.
Wait. Is it purple?
No, it is not.
I go run up and take it. We know what's in it though.
Well, the lid's not open yet. All right, so who's going to look in the chest first?
Me.
Do you want to roll initiative between the two of you to see?
Me.
Who goes?
I want to.
Okay, okay.
But I still get to have.
Oh, Galaxy doesn't want to be first. Got it.
I get to have half of the treasure. No, I get it.
All right. You open up the chest.
What was that? That was like
The squeaky hinges of the lid of the treasure chest opens up.
Okay, what now?
And you do see some purple light
I want
starting to
that
come
stuff.
out. But at the bottom of this treasure chest, it is covered in gold coins, and there are, looks like 2 magical potions that are sitting on top of the gold.
Oh,
Are
is
they
it a health?
purple?
They are glowing purple.
So would that mean that there's a curse on them or no?
It just means that they're magical. And you can tell from the glow that's on them that they are healing potions.
Yeah! I get both of them. I'm gonna keep one for myself, but I'm not gonna drink it right away. Okay, and then the gold.
So this is a good time to write into your inventory something. I know this is going to be an alien thing for you, that you actually got something and you're going to write it in your inventory.
So write potion of healing.
Yes. Yes, you do not have that rhubarb pie anymore. That was ages ago.
So what about the coins?
What about them?
Are they glowing?
They are not glowing, but it is a bunch of gold. You would probably estimate, it's probably about 1,600 gold pieces that are sitting at the bottom of that.
So 1,600. So like 1,600.
Yes.
Okay. Birdie, we each get 800.
Sure.
In the room, is it blocked off or anything? Birdie, can you help?
There's only one other door out of this room.
I know, but is there anything in there? Is it like blocked off or anything? Like, is it?
Are you going to go over and try and open it?
I know, but it's a block. There's a.
Oh no, no. There's nothing blocking your way to get to the door.
Okay. Okay. So I open it, but I don't step in.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep. This door opens, no problem, and it leads to another hallway. But you do see a door at the other side. That's about 20. So this hallway is about 20 feet across.
I go in.
You open the door. It opens easily. You go in, and then that's when you hear this click, and then the door slams shut and locks behind you. You are now in this room by yourself. And now you are seeing some glowing figures in this room. Large figures.
It is the things.
No, they look, well, so they're actually invisible. The only reason that you see them is because they have magic that has made them invisible. So those figures over there don't represent the actual monsters that they are, but I wanted to show you that's how much space they take up. Like each one of them is about 4 times larger than you, and there's 2 of them that are over there. You still can't quite see what they are because they're just kind of like this blob of magical energy that's over there. And they're moving.
Did the door lock behind me?
It did lock behind you, yes.
Oh gosh.
All right, so we're going into combat. Let's roll initiative.
Me too.
Yeah. Roll 1 for Boom as well.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. All right.
But I'm not even in the room.
Right, so you have to get into that room if you're going to help Mimi at all.
This will be Boom. Boom will be the 5.
Okay, so it actually turns into a 4 for Boom because he has a -1 on his dexterity.
A 10 for me.
Well, let's first establish, so Galaxy and Boom, did you stay, well, actually, yeah, they never said that they moved out of that room. So you're a hallway and a room on the other side. So Mimi, you get to go first.
I am going to... What's my animal that will do the most damage?
Giant scorpion.
I turn into a giant scorpion, and then I conjure animal, and I have another big scorpion come.
Okay. So you conjure the scorpion first.
I'm gonna call him Carl.
Carl? So this room is going to fill up pretty quickly with all of these large creatures that are in here. It is conjure animal, right? Or yeah. I believe is this concentration? It is concentration. So your detect magic would go away. So you would actually no longer see the creatures. Their glowing aura on the other side.
But I know they're coming toward me.
Yes, you would. So can you roll a initiative for Carl, the giant scorpion?
19!
19?
I'm serious. See? 19.
Okay, so that actually works out really, really well for the initiative then. So then Carl gets to go next. So you...
I don't know what a scorpion does.
I'll read the details to you.
I only have Allosaurus and polar bear in them.
Okay, so the giant scorpion actually gets 3 attacks. It does 2 attacks with claws and 1 attack with its stinger. So Carl, as a giant scorpion, but he's attacking thin air now, so he doesn't know what he's going after. So I need you to roll his first attack, but do it with disadvantage.
5.
5. Okay, that misses. Second attack with the claw.
4.
Are you rolling it twice? You had disadvantage.
I know.
You have to roll it twice and tell me the lower of the 2.
Up.
So on that attack, it's a 4.
Yes.
Okay. So second attack then.
5.
Roll it again.
4.
Okay. Do you want to change dice maybe?
Yeah, can I redo that?
No, you can't redo that. All right, so the third attack with the scorpion is its giant stinger. Roll the attack for the giant stinger.
1.
Okay. All right, so Carl goes over there, snip, snip, and hits nothing but air. All right. Galaxy, it is your turn now. Yes, you did. You summoned a scorpion and you turned yourself into a scorpion. That's all you can do.
Okay. I'm gonna do this I'm gonna use dimension.
You are not in the room.
I'm gonna use dimension door.
Okay.
So me and Boom can heal going. We're gonna walk through. I choose a location, right?
Yeah, how does that work for dimension? Read the description. Can you dimension door into a place that you haven't seen before?
It says you arrive at exactly the spot desired.
All right, so this room is going to get even fuller. So now it's Boom's turn. But Boom is in the room now. So what is Boom going to do?
Boom smash.
No, okay.
Hulk smash, boom smash.
Where do you tell him to smash? Because the room, as far as you can tell, is empty except for the 2 giant scorpions that are in the room.
Smash at air in front, a few spaces from the scorpions.
Okay. So Boom is going to run forward.
You know Boom can die.
So Boom gets up there.
But I can just electrocute him again, right?
Yeah, if you shoot Boom with lightning, yes, he gets healed by lightning.
I have a lightning power. Or, yeah.
All right, so roll some attacks for Boom.
Smash! Do the smash!
So he gets 2 slam attacks. And you're rolling it with disadvantage because he can't see what he's looking at.
Do I add anything?
You would add +7 to it, but you got to roll it with disadvantage. So roll it twice, pick the lower of the 2 numbers.
So that'd be 25.
Doesn't matter, whatever the lower one is.
Or 21. So 21.
Okay, great.
That's still really good.
That is still really good. So that's the very first attack. So roll 2d8 + 4.
16.
16 points of bludgeoning damage. Nice.
Yeah.
So do another attack. But this time, no disadvantage. Just a straight up attack because now this creature has become visible after being attacked.
What is it?
And this is a demon. And it looks like this thing on the right-hand side.
I knew it.
It looks kind of like a giant ape.
Gorilla. I know, I've seen that. I knew it.
It's called a Balgura, and it is a large demon. It stands about 9 feet tall and looks like it's probably about somewhere between 800 and 900 pounds. And it's got a huge maw of sharp teeth with saliva dripping down and with large canine teeth sticking out of the bottom jaw. And it looks like it's got a piercing in its lip with a broken golden chain on it. Like this was a leash that was on this creature at some point in time. And it snarls and growls
And Boom Boom does this back.
And Boom goes in for another slam attack on this demon. So roll the attack.
+7?
+7, yes.
15?
15 is just good enough to hit again. So roll 2d8 plus 4 damage.
13, so that'd be 17.
17 points. Okay.
It's still really good.
That is still really good, yeah. All right, so Boom runs forward, slams into this creature once. It becomes visible, barks at it. It screams at him, and he slams into it again, causing even more damage on this thing. And Boom did a lot of damage against this demon so far. This one demon is going to go after Boom right away. And it gets 3 attacks.
How many hit points does Boom have?
Boom has a lot of hit points.
How much? Like 200?
Boom has 93 hit points. So the one demon that you can see swipes out at Boom with its 2 huge fists, slams him into the ground, and goes out and tries to bite Boom, but all 3 attacks miss. Boom dodges out of the way easily. Now the other demon that's there becomes visible as well, and it is another Balgura demon. So there's 2 of these giant gorilla demons that are in the room, and it's going to go after Carl, the giant scorpion.
How much hit points do they each have?
I can't tell you that. You just know that Boom went in with 2 slam attacks on it, and this creature is already not looking great after those 2 attacks. But they were still really powerful attacks that Boom slammed into him with. This one demon slams out with its fist and miss Carl, but with the second attack, it does hit, and with the second attack, it actually gets a natural 20. Alright, so Carl takes 12 points of bludgeoning damage. Carl starts out with 52 hit points. And so now he takes 12 points of bludgeoning damage, so he is now down to 40 hit points. And this demon is going to try and bite Carl with a 16, and I believe that is just good enough to hit.
You should have named him Hank.
That would have been a good name, Hank Scorpio. And Carl takes 13 more points of piercing damage from this bite. So this demon slams into Carl, misses with the first attack, hits him with the other fist, and then and bites him. But they are both visible in the room now, which will make them much easier to hit and see. So Mimi, we are back up to the top of your order. It's your turn.
Go up!
All right. So you go charging forward in scorpion form. Because the giant scorpions take up so much room, you can get at... Actually, where you're at right now, you can move forward and get at both of them. So which one would you want to go after? The one that just became visible, or the one that Boom is already hurt pretty good?
Boom that hurt really good.
Okay.
So I'm going to go and do my claws, grappling, and sting.
Okay. So you charge forward as a giant scorpion. And you move... Okay, so you can get around Boom, so you can get close enough to both of them. So yes. So which one are you going to go after?
I'm the one that Boom did.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll your first attack. And with... and just as a reminder, you get +4 to hit as a giant scorpion.
So, that would be a 11.
That'll miss for the first attack. Okay, second attack.
Natural 20!
Natural 20. Okay.
Again.
So with natural 20, roll 2d8 plus 2 for the damage.
2d8 plus 2. 15.
15. All right. And so
I
now...
have my stinger.
And now this Balgura is grappled. All right, so roll your sting attack.
10.
10, that will miss.
Okay. That was Carl's.
So now it is Carl's turn. He's going to go after the other Balgura demon.
Did I kill the other one?
You did not, but it is still not looking. It is not looking great. So both you and Boom have done a lot of damage to it so far. All right, so Carl's going to go after the other demon that's in the room. So two claws attack.
13.
How much?
13.
That misses. Second claw attack.
It has to be like 16. 12. 22.
That will hit. Roll the damage. 1d8 plus 2.
Oh, sorry. 6.
6. Okay. And this Balgura is grappled as well. So they are both grappled. Both giant scorpions have got hold of the demons and have got them locked down in place. So they can't move at this
He
point.
has to do the stinger now.
Yep, do the stinger.
19.
19. So 19 will hit. So this is the first sting attack that has landed. So roll 1d10 plus 2. This is the piercing damage that the stinger does.
1d10.
1d10.
I know where it is.
Okay.
This is 10. No, this is 12. This is 10. This is 10. 10. 9.
9. Okay, so 9 points. The stinger shoots out, hits this demon in the chest. Just want to make sure. Aw, dang.
What?
This demon is immune to poison damage. So you still do the piercing damage, but you don't do any more damage from the poison. But the poison damage that it does, if he wasn't immune to poison, would be 4d10 poison damage is what would happen from this. All right, so that's Carl's turn. Now it is Galaxy's turn. So Galaxy, see where you are at in the room? You're still in the back corner, and everyone is filled up. There is a little bit of a space that you could get by the one giant scorpion on the left-hand side to get at them, but if you were going to shoot anything, you're at that one demon that's in front of Mimi right now. You don't have clear line of sight.
Would fireball work?
Fireball would work, and you could sculpt it around the 3 creatures that are there. Can you roll a religion check for me, though?
Okay. 22.
22. These are demons, so you know that more than likely they've got some strong resistances to fire. It probably would still do some damage, but you're guessing that it probably won't be as effective. But you could cast it without causing any more damage to your allies in the room.
Would cone of cold work?
What did you get on your religion check for these demons? It was over 20, right? Okay. All right, I will just tell you then, because you got so good on that, you recognize these kinds of demons, and you know that they are resistant to cold, fire, and lightning damage.
What? That's basically all I can do.
Yeah, they're resistant to it, so it means that they would take half damage. But you could still hurt them, potentially, with it.
Lightning. I'll just do some lightning.
Well, they are resistant to that as well, and with lightning, to hit both of them, you would have to move up right next to one of them and shoot it through both of them. So I would say, if you're going to choose one, I would probably go with Fireball.
Yeah, that'd be better.
Okay. All right, so then they get to roll dexterity saving throws to see if they take half damage. First one does make it with an unnatural 20, and the other one makes it with a 19, I'm guessing. What is your spell save DC?
17.
17, yep. So they both make it.
So they have to take half damage?
Well, they're going to take half damage, and then they're going to take half of that because they're resistant to fire.
Oh!
So I need you to roll the damage for your fireball. Were you casting it at level 3? Just the standard? Okay, so roll 8. Yeah, roll 8d6. So basically all your d6s. 21? Okay.
21 divided by...
No, I got it. So, all right, so 20 points of fire damage, and because they made their dexterity saving throw, that gets rounded down to 10. And because they're immune to fire, they each take 5 points of fire damage.
Technically, it's like 9.5 or something.
All right. So it is a fireball, as always, is an impressive looking spell, and the room for an instant is filled and turned into this fiery inferno. But the demons, they're a little smoky and they look a little singed from it, but not nearly as much as what you would expect from that kind of show of power.
Yeah!
All right, Boom's turn now.
Yeah!
Boom, what you got?
He's gonna do his head punch.
All right, he's gonna do some smash attacks. Okay.
Let me do this. 17 plus 7.
Yep.
24.
That'll hit.
10.
10. All right. So, Boom smashes into one of the legs of one of the demons, and it drops to the ground, but it's not out yet. Boom's got one more attack.
Okay. 20.
That hits.
13.
13. All right, that is enough to kill this demon.
But we still have another.
So that demon crashes to the ground in a large thump as Boom smashes into it and smashes the life out of this demon. All right. So now, Boom was last from our group. So now it is going to be this last Barlgura's turn. And it's going to go after Carl. First attack is a natural 1. Second attack is going to hit. This is a fist attack. And Carl disappears. So a big slam attack from the one demon smashes down on Carl, and it reduces his hit points to 0. And as that fist hits him, he's like, "Quack!" And then disappears in smoke.
Boom starts crying.
So Carl is off the table, but this demon has got 1 attack left. It's bite attack, and it's going to go after Mimi. And that does hit, because the bite, that is going to be a 21 to hit. And you take 10 points of piercing damage. So this demon, being surrounded, and seeing its friend drop, did not make any attempt to break free. Actually, no, it would be broken free of the grapple. It's going to run for the door, actually. Yeah, so this demon, seeing that it's surrounded and its other demon friend just fell, but it took out the scorpion. So what it's going to do is that it's going to run past Mimi. And Mimi, you're going to get an attack of opportunity as it moves past you.
I'm going to try doing my scorpion.
I do have an idea, though. I could do a dimension door right in front of where he's running, and then he just gets teleported right back into the room.
Okay, yeah, when it's your turn.
And isn't the door locked?
Oh, yes, you are right. Yes, the door is locked.
And isn't it very strong?
It is very strong. So, but it's still going to dash through the door because it's trying to get away because it does not think that it's going to survive this encounter. So, Mimi, yeah, I'll allow you to do your sting attack on it as it goes running by. So, roll an attack.
24.
24? Okay. That hits. Roll a 1d10. 1d10 plus 2. Piercing damage.
8.
8 points? Okay. It runs past you. You streak out with your stinger as a scorpion. You hit it, but it pays no mind to it, and it keeps going, and it slams into the door, stuck, forgetting that the door was locked.
Now it's my turn.
Yeah, so now we're back up to the top of the order.
Okay, I do my scorpion.
All right, so then you would turn around. Yep. So you, yeah,
With
so
unnatural 20, unnatural.
a natural 20. All right. So you turn around. So after stinging it as it was running by you, you turn around in hot pursuit, and it stops when it hits that locked wall or that locked door, and you then attack it some more. So you're going to start off with the stinger,
Sure.
or is that the claw attack?
I don't. Let's do.
We'll do the claw attack because that's the way that we've been doing it. So all right. So your claw attack, that does hit. Roll the damage for it. 1d8 plus 2. How do you like being a giant scorpion?
Fine.
It's okay. Not as good as a bear.
3 points.
Oh, did you roll a 1?
Yeah.
Okay, 3 points of damage. No, it is grappled again. Okay, go ahead and roll your second claw attack.
That didn't work. Okay, would a 14 work?
14 would miss.
So that's fine.
Yeah.
I give you advantage.
No, you have 3 attacks. Now do your sting
I did.
attack.
I already did. I rolled it. I got 5.
Oh.
Then I re-rolled.
Oh, okay. So that missed. Okay. All right. So now, and Carl the Scorpion, he is no longer with us
Galaxy's turn.
because he got killed by the demon.
Galaxy's turn.
Now it is Galaxy's turn.
No. All right, Carl.
Yep. Carl's no more.
Rip, Carl.
Rip.
Okay.
What are you going to do now?
The lightning one.
You going to do lightning bolt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it missed its dexterity saving throw, so roll 8d6. It's going to take full damage, but it is resistant to lightning, so it's going to take half of that.
33.
Wow.
Yeah, it's 33.
33? Okay, so that would round down to 16 points.
Sweet.
So the lightning bolt streaks out from your magic wand, hits the demon in the side, and Again, doesn't do as much damage as you would hope, but this demon is not looking great right now. So it is Boom's turn. All right, so Boom now turns around and runs at the Balgura demon as well. So roll the attack for Boom.
23.
That hits. Roll the damage.
Okay.
2d8 plus 4.
16.
16.
Points of damage.
That's pretty good.
Is he dead?
He is so close to being dead. But Boom has a second attack.
13.
Okay, so the second attack misses.
Steve, can you give me advantage? Advantage.
Nope, that's not the way it works. Unless you want to use your point of inspiration and give that to Boom right
I
now.
want to do my inspiration because I still have one.
Yep, and you can give it to Boom.
Okay.
You'd be like, you can do it, Boom!
You could do it. You're the best dog in the world.
Even better than Abby.
14.
14 is not good enough to hit.
Oh, you can do it twice, though.
No, that's the second time. Erase
Natural 20.
erase your point of inspiration. Unfortunately, it was not enough for Boom to hit.
No, but I
this
still
demon.
have one.
No, you don't. You can only have one at a time. Okay. So this demon now, still not thinking it's close to death's door at this point. It uses both its fists and punches down the door into this room. And right before it dives through, though, it sees that the giant scorpion that is Mimi had come up on him. And he turns around and he bites you. And you take 22 points of piercing damage.
Luckily, that wasn't me because I still have 7. Oh, wait. No, I'm supposed to be at full health.
No, you took a bunch of damage from the acid, remember?
Yeah, but I got that healing potion.
Yeah, but you didn't drink it.
Yeah, sure. I'll just wait.
All right, and then it's going to turn around and dash through the door. So, Mimi, you
Ice cream cake.
you get an attack of opportunity on it.
I'm right by the door, though.
No, you're not. You're off in the corner.
13.
13 misses.
Other claw.
No, you only get one attack. That's the way the attack of opportunity works. Boom gets a chance for an attack of opportunity as well. So, Birdie, roll an attack with Boom.
28.
28, that hits. Roll the damage for a slam attack. 14 damage. Okay.
He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. He has to be dead.
So this
He's
demon
dead.
turns around and shoots towards the door, catching Mimi off guard as her in her giant scorpion form. But she shoots out with one of her claws, just barely missing its leg. But that's when Boom charges forward, slams into the lower back of this demon, and you can hear a crunch. And
Was it his butt?
no, in his back. And he hits it so
close to
hard
his butt.
you can see the demon flail back, and then it falls to the ground in that hallway lifeless.
Okay, Galaxy, can you do a portal to where they are? Cause
Well, you can't talk right now because you're a giant scorpion.
I turned back into Mimi.
Okay.
Can you do a portal that would transfer us all the way down to where those people are? I don't know where they are, though. I have to know where they are, right?
That's right.
Well, you know they're here. Yeah, but I don't know the exact coordinates. Okay.
Yeah, because her dimension, she needs to know the exact location that she's going to, or she needs to have been there before.
You've been with him before.
She hasn't been at the location, though.
Come on.
So you've killed all the monsters in this room.
Okay, I'm going to use my point of inspiration. And where should we go from here? What would be a good way to get to them?
So, well, this way, though, you take a roll investigation for me.
9.
Okay. So you've killed these demons, these very big, powerful demons, and you start looking around the room. It's a pretty plain room, and it looks like there's nothing else in here. This is a dead end. You went the wrong way when you first got down into the dungeon. Dungeons & Dragons & Daughters is a proud member of the Black Party Podcast Network. Check out our other shows such as the Dungeon Masters Block, the GM Showcase, Geek Wars, and more.